review of basic electrical engineering subject. Today, let us take few problems on a single phase AC series circuit. Okay, let us take a problem. A coil of resistance 10 ohm and inductance of 0.1 Henry is in series with 150 microfarad capacitor and across 200 volt 50 hertz supply. Calculate inductive reactance, capacitive reactance, impedance, current, power factor, and voltage across the coil as well as capacitor. So this problem falls to a category RLC series. There is a inductive coil. Inductive coil is possessing resistance of 10 ohm, inductance of 0.1. This is in series with the capacitor 150 microfarad. For us to draw a rough sketch, the blocks show you, rectangle show you a problem. But from the problem, you need to draw one rough sketch of the problem as shown over here. Okay, R, L, C, respective data you can drive here and supply of 200 volt, 50 hertz as mentioned. Now, what is asked here? The question is inductive reactance. XL is required. XC is required. Impedance of a total circuit is required. Power factor is required. Current is required. It's very simple. Let us go ahead with the first approach. Let me take the first line here. I will not work that coil immediately. I come to the first point. What is inductive reactance? It is the blockage offered by the inductance, inductive part for the flow of current, which is 2 pi FL. XL equal to 2 pi FL. You can see here only the second part here. 2 pi into 50 into 0.1. This term result you 31.4. That is what is directly written. This means this XL is 2 pi FL. Then second parameter is capacitive reactance. That is concerned to this capacitor. How do we write capacitive reactance? XC equal to 1 by 2 pi FC. Here you can see 2 pi F is nothing but 314. 314 refers to pi into 50. That is written directly over here into capacitance. Capacitance is how much? 150 microfarad. So therefore 1 by 2 pi FC stands as 21.23 ohm. So easily we can get XL, XC. Now the question is impedance of the circuit. What is the total offered blockage for the power supply here? We know that R square plus XL difference XC whole square under a square root. If I take that become impedance of the circuit, that we are aware theoretically. How we can write it in the complex notation? Complex notation, if we want to write impedance, I must know total resistance, total XL and XC's representation. Then in that regard, you can just watch. Let us do first part. What is the impedance of the coil? Impedance of the coil is 10 ohm, real number. Can you see over here? Z coil is R equal to 10. Then inductive reactance offered by 0.1 Henry, that is plus 2 pi FL. So J times XL, you must be recalling back. Inductive reactance is written as R plus JXL. Capacitive reactance is written as R minus JXC. That is called as complex representation of reactances XL as well as XC. How do you recall it back? If I go back to some theory portion here, can you see here? Whenever we find the inductive circuit, RL series circuit, in a RL series circuit, we'll be having XL inductive part and resistive part here. With respect to these things, we'll be having a phasor difference of 90 degree. In that due regard, the inductive circuit will possess XL and capacitive circuit will possess XC. So therefore, I have to obtain part by part solution. So it becomes R plus JXL as 10 plus J 31.4. For this, XL stand as 31.4, which I said very clearly. First term was XL, 2 pi FL. I said you to observe only second part. That's what I did now. Now I am observing complete inductive coil. Inductive coil possesses an impedance R plus JXL as 10 plus J 31.4 ohm in rectangular representation. Can you see the answer at the bottom? 32.95 and angle bracket 72.33. What it refers? Polar form of representation. So you recall back how complex quantities in a rectangular and polar mode were understood using the calculator. So you need to revisit your calculator, and this kind of problems you can understand this requirement. Okay, it is written in R plus JXL as well as in polar form. That is concerned to only one part. How about the capacitive part? There is no resistor shown here, only reactance. Then similar to the coil, how I can write? I can write resistance is 0, 0 minus JXC. Minus XCJ refers capacitive reactance. Therefore, you can see here, total impedance of the entire circuit. This circuit, how I can write? Impedance of the first part, you can see 10 plus J 31.4. This refers to inductive coil. Then minus J 21.23. What this 21.23 refers? XC. When I represent minus J 21.23, I have taken care of resistance, capacitive reactance, inductive reactance together. This will simplify as 10 plus J 10.17. This is the net impedance of the circuit in complex domain. You may ask me why I should do like this only. Can I not do like this way? Simply R square plus XL difference XC whole square under the root. Can I do it? Absolutely, you are able to do it. If you do it, what is the answer? I'll tell you. Your answer should stand as 14.26. You will not get the angle there. That is the only difference. Angle you will get when you work in complex mode. But there is an alternative method. If you want to get the angle, what is the angle? Cos phi is R by Z. Cos inverse R by Z is the angle. You have another technique to get it. So you may prefer this method or any other method to get the total impedance. So 10 plus J 10.17 is represented as 14.26 angle 45.48 ohms. Then current you want to calculate. Using Ohm's law, if I know the applied voltage, if I know the total impedance of this, V by Z if I take, that give me value of current. That's what is being done here. I equal to V by Z. But you please refer here, other side, everything is in a complex domain. This problem is taken for you to recall your complex plane of understanding. Whenever you turn a page, study the particular problem, the book may be using complex approach, book may be using analytic conventional approach. Then both lead similar answers, but start of them may be in complex, start of them may be in the conventional. So you should be very careful to that. Therefore, V by Z, V is 200 angle 0. Nothing is mentioned as a angle associated with which. That is in polar form, how I can write? 200 angle 0 divided by Z. Z stand here, 14.26, an angle of 45.48. When I take this division of polar quantities in the calculator, so please do not do manually. These kind of things don't try manually, because these will not lead you accurate answers. Complex mode of the calculator must be utilized and you must operate them properly. Then throw the answer in rectangular as well as polar. So no doubt answer is put in polar, but I request you people, the first ever answer what you see in rectangle, complex mode is rectangular answer only. Then shift plus when you press will get answer in R theta format. Both you need to mention. Then what is the power factor of the circuit? Power factor of the circuit is cosine of the angle between voltage and current. That is readily available with respect to I. What is the value of I? 14.02. What is the angle associated with the vector I? 45.48. This angle cos, if you touch, that become power factor. Whether it's a minus or plus, minus indicates lagging, plus indicates leading. Here it is indicative. When it is a minus, circuit is dominated by inductive reactance. Therefore, it is inductive circuit. The current must lag. That is a minus inherited by that way. So therefore, power factor is cosine of the angle between vector V and vector I. So that is 0.707 lagging. Lagging, how do you say lagging? Because the inductive lagging is inserted by us instead of minus 0.70701 and lagging. Then voltage across the coil is asked, VL. So what is VL? Current flowing through this coil, impedance of this coil. So what is the impedance of this coil? You can see on the top of this problem, 32.95 angle 72.33. Whether in rectangular or polar, you require I into Z operation. You can see here, I is taken here, Z is taken from here. When I operate, I will get the representation. This is the representation of voltage across the inductor. Similarly, voltage across the capacitor, how can I get it? I into XC. You can see here, I into ZC. ZC, there is no resistance associated. It itself is XC. You can see, I is as it is and XC is taken here. Now the question is, you may ask me, sir, how you wrote it as 21.23 minus angle 90 directly? Oh, my friends, just look over here. What is impedance of the capacitive part? Minus J21.23. This is nothing but 0, 0 minus J21.23. If you convert this to polar, this J stand as 90 degree. This minus stand as minus 90 degree. Very simple approach. Therefore, you have to look favorably using the calculator. Therefore, this value represented me 21.23 minus 90. When I use this in a product in complex mode, you are not supposed to use conventional math mode. It's called a comp mode. You have to change your calculator mode to complex when you are doing rectangular and polar operations. When you are doing a normal math, it must be in the normal. That time you should not be in a complex. That is your intelligence. You have to bring your calculator back to comp mode only. If you do, what will happen? You will understand whatever you are doing is in complex mode, like that. So that shall not happen by your ignorance. You should be very careful what you are doing and what is the right mode you should be using. So in this way, VL, VC, you need to get. Then I have one more thing to tell you. You may be wondering, sir, VL is 461.96, VC is 297.64, but supply voltage is 200. How it is possible? Do anybody have a question? Definitely one of you may be having question. My friends, recall back. What is total applied voltage? Total applied voltage is V. If I say it is not arithmetic sum of the voltages, it is not VL plus VC directly. It is the vectorial addition. VL plus VC is vectorially added to give total voltage. I take you back to the theoretical discussion here only. RLC series circuit, when XL is greater than XC, is it nothing but I am speaking about VL, VA, VR. These two are the values you got. Vectorial sum is here, diagonal. This is 200 for you in the problem. That does not mean you are wrong by value. Don't strike out your answer and say, I have done wrong. You may be perfect in your endeavors. Therefore, you should be careful in your approach. What you got is voltage across the inductor, voltage across the capacitor. No matter what they are, they must be representing you vectorial sum as a total value V. That is not our current worry, but worry about your work. Am I correct in my endeavors or not? This way, you need to be very careful about the problem. Let us move to another simple problem. A series RL circuit takes 384 watts at power factor 0.8 from a 120 volt 60 hertz supply. What are all the values of R and L? So it basically starts with a series RL circuit. Series RL circuit consumes 384 watt. So now I would like to ask, in the RL series circuit, who is that absorbing the power? You must trace. That is resistor. Then power factor of the circuit is 0.8 and inductor is there, L. It must be lagging. Yes, that you have to highlight yourself. Then you have to get to a concept, given your voltage, given your frequency of the circuit, how I can connect it to R and L. For this, the triangle, impedance triangle comes to your help. Z cos phi, Z sin phi, like that concept, or Z equal to R square plus XL square under the root. That kind of vector or triangular relationship have to come to your mind. Okay, no matter, this problem is worked out very conventional. Let us go ahead. Let P taken is 384 watt. Power factor of circuit cos phi is 0.8. Therefore, applied voltage is 120. We have two equations. Power can be either VI cos phi or I square R. So VI cos phi will not help me because in this I have I unknown. So therefore what I'll be doing, let's take it to this. I equal to P by V cos phi. When I take this ratio 384 divided by 120 into 0.8, it results me the current possible in the circuit as 4 ampere. So this will simplify my work. If I have current equal to 4 ampere, I come back to the same equation. P equal to VI cos phi as well as I square R. This time I know the power, I know the current. Only resistance I don't know. Can I not get R? I can surely get R. You can see the work here. Therefore, R equal to P divided by I square. Simply by using power equation, we are able to get this. P by I square. That stands as 24 ohms. So first step of solution R is 24 ohms. Now, what is that remaining term? XL. From the XL, L I have to take out. To take out XL, what I should get? Impedance of the RL series circuit I should do. So I go back here. So what is the impedance of the RL series circuit? If you recall here, Z equal to R square plus XL square. Can you see this diagram? R plus L. Hope this page is visible to you all. Somebody reply me. Yes, somebody reply me. This page is visible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Z equal to R square plus XL square under the root. So I make use of this knowledge. Z I can get. What is Z from this relation? I equal to V by Z. V I know, I know, Z I can get. If I get Z, Z contains R square plus XL square under a root. This I can make use over here like this. So you can see XL is equal to Z square minus R square under root. I would like to take. But Z I don't know. To get the Z, what I'll be doing? Impedance equal to voltage divided by current. 120 is the voltage, 4 ampere is the current. V by I using Ohm's law, if I apply, 30 ohm is the impedance of circuit. So I got Z, I know R. Then it's very easy. Z square minus R square under the square root. If I throw XL, I can get. XL stand as 18 ohm here. So this is not the actual landing point of your L. L is separate. This is inductive reactance. Therefore, XL is having an equation 2 pi FL. So L you have to make heading of the equation. Therefore, it is 18 divided by 2 pi into 60. 60 hertz is the frequency here. That will make you 47.75 millihenry. It's a very simple problem, worth 6 marks minimum for this work. It is like a RL. So I may suggest you people, if you think this as a RC, in the class we have solved such several problems. If it is an RC circuit, how do you work it out? You will work it out as the same work. In this part, instead of XL, what you will write? XC. XC equal to whatever the numerical 18 you get 18. But C is not the same equation. XC is what? 1 by 2 pi FC. That equation you should make use. So single problem using your eccentric thinking, you can apply how I can solve the numerical requirement. This way, this problem is a very simple problem. It is challenging you the understanding of RL series connectivity. Let us move to the another problem here, which is very easier. RC series circuit I am taking. A resistor of 25 ohm connected in series with a capacitor of 45 microfarad. Calculate impedance, current, and also the phase angle between the supply and current. Very simple problem. As per me, problem is very simple. You have to reconnect yourself. What is RC series circuit? How it will look like? A rough sketch. Just draw it. Then value given you assign there. Then try to search a equation suitable to each. Then use them in the problem. So you have been given resistance of 25 ohm, capacitor of 45 microfarad. Then applied voltage is 240, 50 hertz. So find the impedance. Now in case of RC series circuit, what is the impedance? I take you back to the derivations. What is RC circuit? R and C connected to alternating source of energy. You can just see here. What is impedance at that time? Impedance is R square plus XC square under the root, nothing but impedance Z. So this XC you have to determine. XC is what? Capacitive reactance. So using this knowledge, we can solve this problem. I come back to this problem. You can see here. Capacitive reactance is 1 by 2 pi Fc. You can substitute the given capacitance value. Be very careful. It is a microfarad 10 to the power minus 6. When you operate using the calculator, XC comes out with a 70.74 ohms. You know the resistor 25 ohm. You know the XC value. You are in the right track to get impedance R square plus XC square under the square root, which evolve with the value 75.03 ohm. So you have reached first requirement. The second requirement is a current. You should apply Ohm's law, V by Z equal to I. That's all. But be very careful. It's a very conventional approach we are doing. You are not doing any rectangular, polar kind of approach, which I began the first problem. You are free to do it. Either do by complex approach or do by this kind of analytic approach, whichever you find convenient. So therefore, current is 240 divided by 75.03 lead you 3.2 ampere. So this is the second requirement. Now, what is the next statement they have given? Find also the phase angle between supply voltage and current. So what do you understand by this text here? It is the power factor angle they are demanding. We know many methods. Power factor angle is the angle between V and I of the circuit, correct? Then we know power factor of a AC circuit is ratio R by Z. So cos phi is R by Z. Inverse cos R by Z is the angle. You can do that way, or you can do very simple here like this. Inverse tan function of a capacitive reactance divided by resistance give you angle directly. So how you get this? You may ask me. I can show you the proof. So if I go back to RC circuit, can you see this? This triangle? This triangle I am trying to convey you. This vertical side is I into XC, correct? This horizontal side is I into R. Hypotenuse of this triangle is I into Z. So you consider R from this, you consider XC from this, you consider Z from this. That become an impedance triangle. Absolutely correct. Now this angle phi, you notice here, phi, if I take a tan function, opposite side to the angle divided by adjacent side, it is XC divided by R is tan phi. So you may use tan function to get the angle, or what is cos phi? Adjacent side divided by hypotenuse, it is R by Z. Inverse cos you take. So you are free to use the link of trigonometry over here. So tan is used here for the easiness. It's left to the examiner. Therefore, they have taken alpha. Instead of telling you as a phi, they call it as alpha equal to inverse tan XC by R. If the same problem is said as inductive, you will be getting XL by R at that time. The same circuit, instead of telling you capacitor of so much microfarad, some millihenry something is said. How do you link this? Tan inverse XL by R. That's the only connectivity you need to think at that time. So therefore, when I use a tan function or a cos function, however, the relevant things I have to position, get the angle. This angle stand as 70 degree 32 minutes. See here, it is 70.54 degree. 0.54 degree put in minutes and seconds as a fraction. So therefore, it's okay. 70.54 is sufficient for us. But can you see something written here? Leading. What is the meaning of this leading? Leading means the vector of current is ahead of the vector of voltage. This because element in the circuit is capacitor. Capacitor witnesses leading, then leading is written. This is to get the attention of the examiner. You know the fundamentals very clearly like that. So you think here XL can be taken and one numerical can be planned. Similarly, I have a capacitor C connected with a resistor 40 ohm. Supply frequency is 60 hertz. A current of 3 ampere flow and the circuit impedance is 50 ohm. Calculate the value of capacitor C, the supply voltage V, phase angle between voltage and current, that is angle phi, the potential across the resistor, potential across the capacitor. It's a simple RC series circuit only, but they are not giving you the things easier. They are demanding you to express your understanding, try to use in the numerical approach. Therefore, what is to be done? RC series circuit, a rough sketch you please draw. Then C is unknown, R is known as a 40 ohm. Supply frequency is given 60, not the voltage. Voltage you have to get. Then current flowing in the circuit is 3 ampere. Now total impedance is given as 50. Given you 50 ohms, given you 40 ohm resistor, is it not possible to get XC? It's possible. XC square plus R square under the square root if I operate, that represents me impedance. Then as given you a Z, given you a R, the first work is to take out XC. Can you see there? XC equal to Z square minus R square under a root is calculated at 30. This 30 ohm is XC, but XC is having a basic equation 1 by 2 pi FC. When I put this with the XC, C I can calculate. C stand as 1 by 2 pi into 60 into 30 as 88.42 microfarad. This is how we have to work systematically with the numerical. So C I could get very easily from the fundamentals. The second question is find the supply voltage. V is required. My friends, go back. In this problem, we got current by V by Z. I equal to V by Z. Now I know I know Z. Is it not possible to get V? V equal to I into Z. The same thing is worked out here. Z is V by I. V is I into Z. You can see. 3 into 50, 150 volt. So it is a roundabout the work. If you know the work straight, getting around and coming back to the point is comfortably, you can do it. So B part is V equal to IZ 150 volt. Yes, again angle between the voltage and current vector has come. You can see a vector diagram here. A current vector is horizontal. Voltage across a resistor, they are mentioned. Let us do one by one and come back. Okay. So angle tan inverse of XC by R, 30 by 40 tan inverse, lead with the value 36.87. Again, leading is because of capacitor. So this is about the phase angle. The next is potential across the resistor. Whenever current flow through a resistor, I into R is the potential. We can see VR equal to I into R. This is 120 volt. What is the voltage across the capacitor? VC equal to I into XC. 3 into 30 ohm. Don't do 3 into C. C is how much you got here? 88.42 microfarad. That is not the multiplication. You should do I into XC, not the C. Therefore, it stands as 90. So again, I'll alert you. VR plus VC not equal to 150 here. Am I right or not? That is not arithmetic sum. That is vectorial sum. Then it is being drawn 120 volt. Here you can draw 120 volt is VR and vertically downward how much? 90. Then you take the vector resultant as 150. Just draw a rough sketch. You know the VR, you know the VC. Just join them, you know the answer. V also. Just draw. This vector diagram will have minimum of 1 mark for your presentation. So you should be very careful about the requirement. Then here I have one more problem. A coil of resistance 5 ohm, it is a RLC series circuit, no doubt about this. A coil and capacitor. The first problem which we took, same as like this. R is 5 ohm, L is 120 millihenry. It is in series with 100 microfarad capacitor to a 300 volt 50 hertz supply. Calculate current flowing, phase angle difference between the supply voltage and current, voltage across the coil, voltage across the capacitor. This is another book problem I have taken for the knowledge. It's very simple. Coil and capacitor in series. So I can get voltage across the coil, voltage across the capacitor. I can get Z of the coil, Z of the capacitor, Z total I can get. I can do here. XL stand as 2 pi FL. You can see here 2 pi FL. By substituting the values, 37.70. XC of the second capacitor, mean capacitor in the second part, 1 by 2 pi FC. I'll get here. Then by looking you can see inductivity it is dominated. This is larger by value. Inductance is dominating. Therefore, net reactance is XL minus XC, which is 5.87 ohm. Therefore, impedance of the entire circuit is written as R square plus XL difference XC square under the square root, which works out as 7.71 ohm. So, this is the total blockage offered. Resistance or impedance possessed by the circuit is 7.71 ohm. Therefore, what is the current here? Using Ohm's law again, V by Z, 300 divided by 7.71. My friends, please look here. Straightforward conventional method we are doing, not the complex work. So therefore, you can practice this or you can practice complex mode of work as your convenient. Okay. Then, if the current is 38.91, what is the phase angle between the voltage and current? Earlier I did with the XC alone. Now I have XL XC. Now what I will do? Tan inverse XL difference XC. Instead of only one term, difference of that value divided by R I should do. That's how it is 5.87 divided by R is 5 ohm inverse tan function. When I engage, this is 49.58 degree. I got the answer. The next is to get the impedance. I into Z I should do. I into ZC I should do. To get that, R square plus XL square under the root, nothing but impedance of the inductive coil, 5 square plus 37.70 square under root, give me 38.03 ohms into current. What was the current value? 38.91. You can see side by side product here, 1480 volt. Then phase angle of the coil I can get, because the inductive circuit, total circuit is inductively dominated. I can get power factor of the circuit, power factor of the coil. I can get two values. Now, what the value I got is phase angle of the entire circuit is this. But I want to know phase angle of the only this coil. Then what I will be doing? XL by R inverse tan. You can see here. XL by R inverse tan, nothing but phase angle of the inductive coil alone. When I use XC, that becomes phase angle of the entire circuit. This is the distinction of this. Therefore, tan inverse XL by R give me 82.45. Then I can do very easy. What is VC? I into XC. I'll be doing it. So again, you watch here. VL is so much, VC is so much, applied voltage is 300. How can it work? It is the vectorial sum, not the direct sum of the values. This way, your confidence level should increase in solving the problems. Okay. Let us move another problem. Can you see this? Similar problem. A coil of inductance 159.2 millihenry, resistance of 20 ohm is connected in series with 60 ohm resistor. I have RL with the external L, RL like approach. Therefore, supply voltage is 240 50 hertz. Determine the impedance of the circuit, the current in the circuit, circuit phase angle, potential difference across the 60 ohm resistor, and potential across the coil. Draw the circuit phasor diagram. So this is nothing but one of the laboratory experiment you have done. Identification of the resistance and inductance of the choke coil. Hope you remember. That kind of RRL circuit is this. Therefore, working with the given data, a coil is mentioned. How is it mentioned? Dotted, you can see here. It is the inductor having 20 ohm. So I can write this as a RL series with a circle of dotted like this to show you coil, and external resistor of 60 ohm. What the value is given, I should mention. Then what is the XL of this inductive reactance of this coil? 2 pi FL. So numerically 1 by 1 will go down. That stand as 2 pi FL equal to 50 ohm. Then circuit impedance, total impedance, if we want to calculate, how many resistors are here now? A value of 60, value of 20. 20 plus 60 is the total resistance, square of that. Can you see here? R total, 20 plus 60 square plus XL. What is the XL value of that? 50. So 80 square plus 50 square under the root become 94.34 is the total impedance of the circuit, which is written here. You can see second diagram. 80 ohm, nothing but 60 plus 20. L is 159.2 millihenry. That is. Then what is the total current flowing in the circuit? Total current flowing in the circuit is V by Z, like Ohm's law. 240 divided by 94.34. Result you 2.544 ampere. Therefore, it's very easy. Now, phase angle, already we are very familiar. So it is arc tan. Can you see this? Arc tan means what? Inverse tan. This is ARC tan means inverse tan. So my friends, please note this printing. Arc tan means inverse tan XL by R. XL is known to you, 50. R is known to you. Okay, you can get 50 divided by 80. That stand you as inverse tan function as an angle 32. That is what the next step you can do. Then, what is that voltage across the resistor? There are two resistors. One is impurity, another is pure resistor. So, voltage across the pure resistor is VR. VR is I into R. So, if I take a product, 152.6 volt is resulting. Then, what is the voltage across the coil? I into impedance of the coil. So, impedance of the coil, we have already worked part by part. 50 ohm is the XL and we know it's R 20. So, I will be doing it. 20 square plus 50 square under the root give me impedance of the coil. Into the current, what the current of 2.54, you can see. That results me 137 volt. So, I got voltage across the coil, voltage across the pure resistor. Now, what is the voltage across the inductance part of that? Only inductance. This total coil, I split in my mind R, L as if. What is the voltage across the inductor? That is VL. VL is I into XL. So, I is 2.544, XL is 50. If I work it out, it becomes 127.2 volt. So, I am splitting this. Inductive coil is split as L and R. What is the voltage across inductiveness part of that? Inductance, XL, inductive reactance, I can get. Then, what is that voltage across the coil? Nothing but resistance part of that. I into 20, you can see here, 2.544 into 20. I am making small analysis over here as if inductive coil is a RL series circuit. Voltage across the resistor RC, voltage across the inductance part of that L. That's what is written here. 127.2, 50.88. But total applied voltage to a circuit is 240. So again, you will have, see the vector diagram here, VR coil. You can see a small right up here, VR. Then V capital R. Then you have VL, then we have V coil, then this resultant is taken here. For such, I have solved a problem in the class. Minimum 2 problems I have worked out. RRL representation. Try to understand them because the applied voltage is 240. That is the total sum of VC and VR. You can see VR is from this beginning to this VR. Okay, this is VC, voltage across the coil. VC is again voltage across resistor, voltage inductor, sum of these two. You can see here, this is the hypotenuse or this is the diagonal of this small construction here, which is VR coil, VL of that coil, resultant is V coil. This V coil is resultant with the V capital R outside. That is your grand resultant 240. This is one different way of approach of drawing the vector diagram. So therefore, you need to be careful and concentrate on such problems. So we'll see another last simple problem. A voltage V of t in a instantaneous format, 50 sine omega t plus 30 degree. It is an instantaneous voltage wave applied to a series RL circuit with R equal to 10 ohm, XL equal to 30 ohm. Determine the current, active power, reactive power, power factor, like that. So you have been given instantaneous voltage equation. How to get it in the form of our required RMS value, angular representation, we have to work here. You can see here, it is written as V equal to 50 angle 30. Can you see over here? 50 angle 30 is taken out of that. Then the Z of the coil is R plus JXL, 10 plus J30. Convert it to polar. Then current I is V divided by Z, V by Z in complex mode. You can see there. Then you get 1.58 angle minus 41.58. So this is directly working to get into instantaneous expression. We know very clearly vectors are drawn on RMS representation, but here what we are working is instantaneous. We are taking peak value and angle here. Correct now? 50 is a peak value. Angle is 30 degree leading. That is written as a representation of polar. So that is used here. V by Z. You will get current peak value and current phase lagging. So this I will head here. So current will be 1.58 sine omega t minus 41.56. This is how equation of current can be written. Then what is the power absorbed? Vi cos phi. We know that V means RMS. This is peak value. Peak value divided by root 2 is the RMS. I is 1.58. It is a peak value. Peak value divided by root 2 RMS into cos of 71.56. What is this 71.56? It is the angular difference between V and I. You can see here. What is the angle of V? 30. What is the angle of I? 41.56. What is the total difference between these two? 30 and 41.56. Total angular spread is 71.56. Or you can just check Z. What is the value associated here? 71.56. You drive it over here. That's all. Cos of that. Don't take cos of this value 41, cos of 30. It is between V and I. Angle I am in need. Therefore, it is 30 over here, 41.56 here. If you take the numerical observation, 41.56 plus 30 become 71.56 without the sign convention. It is the absolute net change between the angles 30 and 41.56. The spread angle is 71.56. That is the cos value I would take. Therefore, it is 12.34 watt. It is active power. What is the reactive power? Vi sin phi. The angle should be taken in sine manner. So that results 50 divided by root 2, 1.58 divided by root 2 into sine of 71.56. It is 37.47 OVAR, volt ampere reactive. We call it as a VAR, volt amps reactive. Don't write W here. W is wrong. VAR is the correct answer. Then what is the power factor? Cos of 71.56. It's 0.31.